Arsenal 2, PSV 2. And if I'm being honest, first half was definitely much more interesting than I thought it'd be. Uh, Surprisingly enough, we're the ones who got the opening goal. Um, we played decent, but the goals that we gave away were sloppy at best. You look at the goals that we've given away, we let them carve us open, we made mistakes, and they capitalised on it. But in the end, it ended 2-2. It's not really a bad result for us. But we also need to talk about Real Madrid as well. And Real Madrid beating Atletico. Very controversial stuff from what I'm hearing. Apparently, it was stopped and they checked VAR um, for was it a double touch? And people are saying it didn't touch that, but I don't know. I need to look back at the replays, but for now, as it stands, quarterfinals, Arsenal versus Real Madrid. That definitely won't be an easy game. We're probably expecting us to play a bit more open, but we need to capitalise on chances we make, especially against them. But for now, Arsenal versus PSV player ratings. David Raya, he made some good saves. I can't really argue with him. I'm going to give him a. Ooh, what do I give him? I'll give him an 8. I'll be nice. Ben White got a bit sloppy on occasions, but I can understand he's back from injury. It's his first start since he came back on, so give him some time. But for this individual game, he wasn't horrible, but there was some times that he was kind of lacking. I'm going to give him, I think a 7's fair. Jakub Kiewor didn't have a horrible game at all either. I'm going to give him a 7. Gabriel. Listen, Gabriel, that stop that he did was just my lord. He is actually a wall. I kid you not, he is a wall at this point. Him and Saliba, nothing's getting past them. Gabriel is getting an 8. Miles Lewis-Skelly, he made some good runs. He got into some positions. He held the ball well, as he normally does. Didn't pick up any cards today, so that's a positive. I'll give him 7.5, an 8, maybe. Zinchenko, look, with Zinchenko, obviously he scored the first goal, and that's already going to be a boost. Ever since then, he played somewhat decently. He gave off a few ones that you gotta sit back and think, not really great. But yeah, it would kind of happen with the whole team, and I'm not gonna overly judge. Zinchenko, I will give him. I think just for the goal alone, I can give him an 8. Jorginho, I can't remember what he really did, if I'm honest. Everything was kind of happening like so fast for me, and obviously all the battles were happening in the midfield. I couldn't really tell where Jorginho was half the time. I don't know if that's a credit to him or not. Just because I can't tell, I'll give him a 7. Declan Rice, my personal man of the match. Obviously, getting that goal. He got it at a crucial time as well. He was making that runs again. We love the fact that he makes those runs, especially since he seems to have to make those runs now. But look, he's just that guy. That's the midfielder that we paid 105 million for. Yeah, Declan Rice, my personal man of the match, he gets a 9. Raheem Sterling didn't have a horrible game today. Well, there's a lot of things that you look at and you say, God, why is he not getting that? He was very average. The only thing that saves him, really, is that assist that he got. Raheem Sterling, do I be nice? I know I've got a bit of an agenda against Sterling, but I'll give him a 7. I'll be nice. And it's just for the assist. Kieran Tierney, when he got over to there, I feel like his crosses weren't the best, if I'm honest. He made some good crosses, don't get me wrong, but I feel like a lot of the time he was kind of lacking in that. I'm gonna give him a. I'll give him a 6. Mikel Mourinho, again, it's more just a case of he's trying to win battles in the midfield more than anything else. He did try to call for the ball a few times, didn't quite get for them, and even if it's not his fault, I can't really give him points for that. But I'll give him a 7. Mikel Arteta, he made a few substitutions. Let's have a look at them now. Let me just bring that up. Yep. He made a few substitutions. He brought on Martin Odegaard, Gabriel, Timber, Trossard, and Calafiori. And I'm wondering now, why would you even bother at that point? Maybe you're trying to like prevent injuries, but I'm not sure if I would have bothered, if I'm honest. I would have let some youngsters get a bit more time in, because at that point you're just sitting there like, well, it's already over. It's not really a game you want to win. Bringing on our starters, I'm not sure why. Maybe to keep them fresh. Maybe to keep them kind of sharp. I'm not sure. Either way, Mikel Arteta, he did generally set out to kind of just see the game through. Don't bother with risking too many players, even if you brought them on in the end. But look, Mikel Arteta, he is going to get I'll give him an 8. The fans, look, the fans weren't up and down, and you don't really expect them to be. The stadium sold out. I still saw a few empty seats though. But the fans were mostly kind of just there, just having a good time. I can't really give them too much. I'll give them a 7 at most. But I want to talk about something else now. And this is something I don't really do on this channel. I want to talk about the PSV fans. The PSV fans, they were all over the place. It looked like they were arguing like with each other, like chanting each other. One half chanting at the other, and the other half chanting back. Every time they just missed a goal, they pretended as if they scored, and it was actually kind of funny to me. But no, there was all over the place. You could hear them the whole match. Even after we scored, it took them like a few seconds of quiet, and then they're back to chanting again. And you gotta respect that, despite the fact that they were 6 goals down on aggregate, and they still came over anyways. That's a credit to them, undoubtedly. I think the PSV fans, realistically, I think they probably deserve a 10 in their own right, even if I don't normally rate away fans. But in this case, I'm willing to make the exception. But as things stand, Arsenal are through to the quarterfinals. We're going to have to play Real Madrid. And look, it's not an easy task. We're not asking... They're going to ask a lot for us. Some people are saying they'd rather have Real Madrid than Atletico. I've seen a few people say they'd much rather play Real Madrid's open play compared to Atletico's more defensive. Look, I can see the pros and cons in both. I wasn't rooting for either side, because I can see the pros and cons in both Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. But controversy aside, Real Madrid are through. They will be the ones that we play, and it's both concerning and a little bit relieving at the same time. Real Madrid, they have the killers up front to punish us, but at the same time, they will play open football, and we prefer it, open football. It'll definitely be interesting to see what happens, and I believe we're playing them at their ground first, which is definitely good news, because that gives us a chance to kind of, do the job there, then make them come to our ground, and they have to do the job. These little things do make a difference in football. Little things, whether it's home or away, or whether you need to job at the opponent's ground or vice versa, they do make a difference. I'm not sure if it will make a difference this time, but we're playing Real Madrid, and if we go through to that, we'll see. I'll start to have a little bit of hope, but Let me know what you think down below. Like, share, and comment, and please subscribe. It really does help. I will be seeing you next time. Bye bye.